First and foremost, I would like to talk about the government of this country, our beloved country, nation, Kenya. I hope everybody loves his or her country, wherever it is. The motherland is always the best and the best place for one to be. For me, in my country, Kenya, there is some pathetic issue that have come into my mind that I would like to share with you about this issue that is not going on well. The first issue is all about Corona. Corona has been a pandemic to us. All of us are fighting towards this pandemic, Corona. But my worry has just come into concern that during the time when the Corona was invaded into our country, Kenya, they used to say that whenever you touch anything connected with the Corona, anything like money, anything like clothes, sharing clothes, anything like touching hands with somebody who is having corona, you'll get infected. But my question now is, for how many people have shared the same clothes and have not and do not have that corona? How many people have shared the same amount of money? How many people have touched those money? How many times have those money circulated around the country? If I told you, say that whenever you touch that mother, the victim of corona has touched, you get the corona, then means the whole country, everybody in this country is having corona. Ask me why. If I touch that money and that virus stay in that money like 24 hours, before 24 hours I'll have handed over that money to someone else. And then that someone else, before in the next 1 hour, in the next or 30 minutes, he or she will have handed over that money to someone else. Just look at that circulation of how that money is circulating around and tell me, if at all the corona is really, how many people could have having that corona at the moment? Because the amount of money I had in January is not the same amount of money I have now. That money has at least circulated to the whole country. Everybody is having that money. Everybody has touched that money. That means everybody in this country is having that money. Another point I would like to talk about is this used mitumba clause. We are just importing the mitumba. In the beginning, you said that we are not supposed to import those mitumba, but for now they are coming into bulk, even cheaper than how they used to be. And if I told you where that clause of somebody who died because of corona, you get corona, how many people how many people have bought those used clothes? How many people get access to buy new clothes in this country? This country we are living beyond poverty life. Nobody, not 5% or 10% will afford to buy a new clothes. Only what we can afford is a used mitumba clothes that cost at shilingi tano tano. That is our motherland. That's the common language we normally use in mitumba to purchase those clothes that everybody can acquire. If at all you say that we buy new clothes, then that means that the indigenous family, the lowland family, the family including myself, the family that are living beyond the poverty life cannot afford to buy such a cloth. So this country or this nation, I need this explanation to my fellow learned doctors, my fellow learned minister for health. I want them to clarify this. How can this corona comes into existence? If at all you are sharing things and you are up on your sample collection, you find out that only 5% or 10% of people are having corona. Nowadays, you don't consider about contact tracing. Whoever has come into contact with the person who is having with corona, you don't do that. You used to do that during the beginning of corona, but nowadays it's a past tense. It's just a nightmare for now. Do you mean that the corona does not exist at the moment? If it exists, can you explain this? How sharing of those things and how about contact tracing that you used to do is not going on at the moment? Please, I need the clarification before I proceed.